welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making cream of mushroom smothered pork chops. So right here we have some button mushrooms that we're going to slice up julienne style, and we're also going to slice up some onions as well julienne style, and we have a clove of garlic. So let's get right to it. Alright, so first we're going to go ahead and cut our onion up. Now if you really don't like onions, you can add less onion if you want to. You don't have to add the whole thing. My family loves onions, so we're going to add the whole onion in. And what we're going to do is just slice the onion in slices like this. You don't want them too thick, but not too thin. And then we're going to just go ahead, and I have a bowl over here that I'm going to put all my ingredients in that I'm going to use for my sauce. Now you can buy cream of mushroom from the store in a can, but if you make it yourself, it'll taste 10 times better because you know exactly what's going in it. You can control the salt and you can control the flavor. Alright, so we got our whole onion in our bowl. So now we're going to go ahead and work on our mushrooms. So I'm just going to slice them just like this. See? That's how we're going to slice them up. I'm going to do that to all of them. And if you want to chop them another way, have at it. I like this way because then it'll get in all. Alright, so we're just gonna keep on chopping up our mushrooms. Alright, we just have a couple of more left here. Then we're gonna get to our garlic clove. Alright, so all of those mushrooms are complete. So that is our mix in there, right in there. I'm going to go ahead and get to that garlic clove. I have one large garlic clove. And I'm only going to use one because I'm going to also use garlic powder. So I'm just going to kind of dice this up a little bit. And then like I showed you all in the previous video, you can seesaw back and forth like this. Get your garlic all minced up. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do with our garlic, we're not going to add it in that bowl because we don't want our garlic to burn. And that onions and mushrooms is going to take a little bit longer to cook than this garlic. Alright, so what we're going to do is go ahead and head over to our pan over here. And we're going to go ahead and get our butter started. I have 3 tablespoons of butter, and that is unsalted butter. So we're going to get that melted down. Get all of this melted down. And once we get it melted down, we're going to go ahead and add in our vegetables. So while we're waiting to get this melted down, you can grab you 1 cup of chicken stock of your choice, some white wine of your choice or sherry wine, some heavy cream, and a cheese spread of your choice. And my favorite is Boursin cheese, okay? And then this is our garlic that we chopped up over here. So we're just waiting for that to melt down a little bit and get that going. So what I'm going to do is go right ahead and go in the pan and get all of those onions and mushrooms that we chopped up. Get them right in the pan. And if you have a bigger pan, go right ahead and use that pan. This is going to cook down, so it's okay. So we're going to cook all of this down. Alright, so this is cooking down. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of kosher salt. This is about a teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm going to add in some black pepper. Maybe like a half a teaspoon. No, a whole teaspoon. Just going to mix that around a little bit. Alright, so you're just going to let this all cook down until it gets translucent, even your onions, and when your mushrooms get tender, that's when you want to go ahead and add in your garlic. And we'll be back over here to add that in. What I'm going to start doing now is go ahead and season my pork chops and get my pork chops seasoned. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and season up my center cut pork chop pieces. And I have 6 of them. I'm just laying them out here so I can get them seasoned up very well. And that's what we're going to do right now. Alright. So I'm going to go in with some salt. Some kosher salt, and you're gonna season to your liking, okay? I'm gonna get that. Alright, I got some onion powder. I did. Sorry. Some onion powder. Actually, this is garlic powder. I have onion powder right now. Onion powder, garlic powder, salt so far. And you want to go ahead and season both sides of your pork chop to your liking, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and season the other side of my pork chops. When you get done seasoning the other side, go ahead and check on your mushrooms and onions for your sauce, and we'll be right back. So I went ahead and put in our chopped up garlic, our garlic clove, and our mushrooms and onions are looking really good. When they're getting soft and tender like that, that's what we're looking for right there. Okay, we're going to let it cook down a little bit more, maybe another minute or so. And I'm going to go ahead and add everything into our mix. Alright, so I do have some white wine. We're going to just add a little bit in there, maybe like 2 tablespoons. We do have a cup of chicken stock, but we're not going to use it all. I'm going to put maybe a half a cup right now. I'm going to put in that cheese spread that we spoke about. And I'm going to put some heavy cream in as well. Alright. So we have our sauce going here. And you just want to make sure you have it on low. You don't want to overcook it and have it boil over or anything like that. It will thicken up because of the cheese spread that I put in there. But we're going to give it some time and let it reduce and cook down, and it's going to get thicker. We're going to let it do its thing. And we're going to go over here and leave this on simmer because we're going to walk away from it and we don't want it to burn. So leave it on simmer. Let it do its thing. We're going to go over here and sear these pork chops up and get these cooking and ready to go, okay? So leave this on a low heat and we'll be back. Alright, so we're going to add in some olive oil. Then we're going to add in some unsalted butter. And I like to use unsalted butter because you can control how much salt you are putting in your food. And we just wanted this to get hot so we can sear our pork chops. So we're gonna let this get really hot. And we don't need to flour our pork chops or anything like that because the sauce that we're using is good enough. Alright, so our pan is hot enough. We're going to go ahead and sear some of our pork chops. And we only are able to fit maybe 2 in a pan at a time, so it's okay. So I'm going to show you what we're looking for, and then you can sear all of your pork chops, and then we'll be back. Alright, so when you see that crispiness around the edges, you want to go ahead and flip your pork chop. That's what we're looking for. And what we want to do is just sear them all like this because we're going to put them in a oven safe pan and we're going to cook them all. So your pork chops are not going to be all the way fully cooked in this pan. So we're going to go ahead and get all of these cooked up, and then we'll be back when they're finished, and I'll show you how to build everything. We're back over here by our sauce now. Let's take a look and see how thick our sauce has gotten. Look how thick our sauce is. This is what you're looking for, that thickness. So you're just going to set this aside. Our pork chops are almost done. And we're going to go ahead and finish all of this and put this in the oven so it can all come together, okay? And if you feel like your sauce is a little too thick, you can always add in some more chicken stock that you have if you'd like to do that, if you feel like it's too thick. But this is a perfect consistency to me. This is great. Alright, so we have our pork chops. These are semi-done. They are not completely done. So I already put 2 in here. So I'm going to start doing layers. And this is our mushroom and onion sauce that we made. What I'm going to do is just layer some of this on top. Like this. Now if you have a bigger dish, I'm not going to put all my pork chops in here. I am going to use them for something else. The ones that are left over. So I'm going to put 4 in here. And I'm going to go ahead and put some more of that mushroom and onion mix. It smells so good. And remember, this is cream of mushroom smothered pork chops. Okay? You can add whatever sides you'd like to add with this. Make sure you get all of it out the pan. Alright, I think we're covered. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. And we're going to put this in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes. Because remember, our pork chops are semi-done. They're not completely done, but we don't want them to be dried out either. So we're going to put this in the oven for about 10 minutes. We're going to go in, we're going to check on the pork chop to see if it's done in the middle, and then we'll be back. So I pulled out our cream of mushroom smothered pork chops, and I'm going to just garnish it with a little bit of parsley, fresh parsley. It smells so good. Alright, so I'm gonna put one on the plate so we can look at it. You know what? Let's grab it from this one. Here we go. That is our cream of mushroom smothered pork chop. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get more videos like this.